All right. Okay, I want to get started. We're really looking to hit the ground running in 2022. So this is a good masterclass, and for anyone who's new or seasoned out there, just to kind of reevaluate what's important. And we know that real estate is a cycle. So starting off fresh and making sure that you are continuously doing what you should in the business to have business coming in throughout the year. So to start, and I apologize, Shara will not be joining me today, but she will be on our next masterclass. So it is just me. Wanted to go through some statistics. So pulled these statistics from the National Association of Realtors. 68% of sellers we have found have used their real estate agent through a referral from a family or friend. However, only 53% of people used the same agent that they originally purchased or sold their home with. To me, that is huge. The fact that only 53% either were followed up with or had a great experience enough to go back to the person that they originally purchased a house with. That means all of those people are having one-off deals with all of these people. So 42% of buyers come from a referral, and 74% of people that were surveyed said that they would give a referral if their realtor stayed in touch with them. And that is huge. We have found, and I'll show this in kind of like our next slide, that the typical agent earns about 42% of their business from repeat business and referral clients. Only the top 22% of agents earn more than 50% of their business from referrals and past clients. That's another huge statistic, because only 22%, the top 22% of agents, are getting their business for free from 50% of those people. That means they're either finding them elsewhere and spending time, like there's obviously the small statistic, the niche market that's getting their leads from social media. I always say social media is kind of like MLM, where you have those really great top producers that are in that multi-level marketing they're awesome. I mean, they're making 6 figures a year getting those people to do business under them, but that's not the majority. And it's kind of the same here with looking at the statistic. So I always ask, which one are you? Are you spending money on Zillow leads? Are you spending money on Realtor.com and Trulia? Or are you getting organic leads just by staying in touch with your past clients and your sphere? So what we have done, and we are our own case study, Shara and I, and then also another team member that I'm going to touch on, which also can't join us today, but I'll show you our statistics. So the reason that we came up with Blink is because we knew what worked, and there was nothing out there that could help us, and that was cohesive across all mediums, that was relevant. There's so many things out there that aren't relevant. I mean, who wants to send a ingredient card, or what is it called? Like a recipe card. I'm not a cook, so why would I send you a recipe that would be memorable and authentic to who I am? I want to be everywhere. So I want people to know that I sell homes and that people are contacting me on social media from California when they have a question, so that I can send them a referral agent. I know that I need to be consistent, but being a realtor that's producing multi-million dollars a year, it's hard to be consistent if I don't have a system in place. So be systematized and be professional throughout all of that. So all of those together are why we created Blink. We did it because of what we established, and we realized that if we can't find this out there, then no one else can. And we have proven that this works. So increasing your repeat business and referral clients it's easy to do if you have the systems in place. Shara, for instance, is a $30 million producer. She's a team leader of a 25-person team. She's a co-owner of Blink, and she's increased her referrals. Now, she does a lot of new construction, but she has increased her referrals over the last 3 years using this program, referrals and repeat business from past clients. Then you have Jim, who is a newer agent, very new actually. He is now a $12.7 million producer. 54% of that is all referrals and past clients. And you can see where I have come from 22% to 33 to 48 to 75%. So 75% and 13 million of my business comes from referrals and past clients. So that means that those are organic clients, people that you know that you're going to get the listing from. If they're a referral, 99% of the time, you're going to get that buyer lead because someone else referred you and they have, you just have that like rapport with them already because they know someone that had a great experience with you. Now, obviously experience, but this is something that is so easy to increase your business year over year. All right. So what we know is that we need to keep in touch consistently with our database, with our past clients to maintain a strong social media presence and strong presence online in general to become that 22%. You need to, it all works together. All of these different pieces are all communicating with each other to make sure that you're everywhere and that you're meeting people where they're at. So if you're from Keller Williams, you probably heard this. This is kind of how we started with a 36 touch program.
To be brief, I sold him.
So thought we had a question. With the 36 touch program and how Keller Williams kind of structures it is that you reach out and you touch your clients 36 times throughout the year, throughout different mediums. So email marketing, mailings, calls, text, emails. We've kind of just put that on steroids. So we have done one email a month that can go out to your entire database and past clients, something that's relevant to also send a mailing to everybody. And if you, for some reason, like if you're a newer agent, for instance, and we were just said this in our team meeting the other day, we know that it's hard to invest a lot of money a month when you're just starting out to a mailing, to farming, to doing things like that. And if you don't have the cash on hand or you don't want to put it on credit, a really good option is, or an alternative is to do Popeyes, especially with your local neighborhood and other neighborhoods that are around you that you know have a good turnover, is to order the mailing pieces or print them at your office and then put them in Popeye sleeves and go out to every door and just hang it on them. It takes 30 minutes to walk around a neighborhood of about 100 homes to just put it on the doors. If you're not in like a 2-acre community, that would be a little longer. But having something that comes from contribution, that you're giving someone a value that they're going to remember you from, Popeyes are huge. And we'll get into that. Being present online is huge too, because when you are giving a Popeye to your A clients, or you're sending something out to your neighborhood and people are tagging you on Facebook and Instagram, huge. I can't tell you how many clients I've gotten from, or that have reached out to me on social media because they saw another client's like story where they tagged me and said, best client ever, or best realtor ever, love her. If you need a house or they're looking to buy or sell, contact her. So that's another thing. You need to be present on social media. You need to look professional on social media too, because especially if you're doing a lot of listings, if someone goes to your social media, because they're going to look you up on social media before they do on Google, and they see that you can't even market yourself, how are they going to think you're going to market their, $900,000 home or even a $300,000 home, And then client appreciation events are huge. And again, if you're an agent that can't afford to do, 4 a year or whatever it may be, we try to make it as attainable as possible and as inexpensive as possible. And we give you the ways to make sure that you can get sponsors for an event, but having at least 2 a year will take your business to the next level, because those are huge for clients as well. So let's dig in deeper. If you want, take a screenshot of this. We'll be sending out this masterclass for anyone who missed it, and it'll be on our YouTube page, but this is really where we call it the 36 plus touch plan. This is how we started Blank. This is what we have used in our own business to grow to the point that we have and that we continue to do, our systems that we put in place. So we put in our monthly newsletters, and we also send out emails. The emails that we have in here that are above the 12 or once a month are the emails that we send out for our events, so that you are asking people to RSVP through an online RSVP like database, RSVPify, Evite, all those different ones. So you have those, or you can also send out like the Happy New Year emails things like that people, we know that they get those, but you're staying in front of them. And if you use BombBomb or another video service, those are wonderful. You can put our emails in there very easily, and you can put your face out there as much or as many times a month as people can see your face. It helps. Don't be that agent that has a 10-year-old headshot and that you don't look anything like, and people can't recognize you. That's the whole point of being branded, as being recognizable, not just with your brand, but with your face. Direct mail, same thing. So this could be postcards, event invites, things like that. We love Thanksgiving cards. We love any type of like holiday cards. We know that people get a ton of them, but be personal. Send out your personal holiday card to your clients. It just shows that you're a real person. Popeyes, same thing. We love doing Popeyes. We always tell people, make the time to do them at least at the bare minimum 2 times a year to your own neighborhood. And you will be surprised at how much business you can get from your neighborhood just by popping by with a small little gift for them, because they're going to know that you are the neighborhood expert. You're going to be the person that they go to. Popeyes and like direct mail places, they are a long-term investment, but they work, and you just need to stick to it. Client appreciation events we'll go through. Again, huge for your business. Definitely recommend them. And then phone calls, texts, again, these are very helpful. Like I know agents that they'll send out an email to their client, like their A clients, like every quarter, just checking in, seeing how they're doing. Some people that's uncomfortable. Some people don't like calling people. Like I am one of those people where I have not reached out and called any of my clients over the last 5 years and actually said to them, like, who do you know who's looking to buy, sell, or invest? That's just not me. That might be some people's, like, that might be the way that people do it. I do it organically by reaching out to them, inviting them to our events. Or if I have their birthday, which I usually do from one of our forms that we get from their buyer consultation form, I will send them out a birthday card, and they usually reach out to me, and then that starts a conversation. So there are other ways that you can get in touch with your clients without having to just reach out with that very like vanilla phone call. And then social media is huge too, because you want to be present. And again, it's great if you have a social media where you have gotten leads organically and you have 15,000 followers. Kudos to you, because that is amazing. That just is not the norm. But you need to be on social media, and you will get clients from it, more so from people that are seeing you on past clients' stories and stuff. So we'll get into that. I know that I'm going through a lot. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. All right, so staying branded, staying consistent across, we know is important because you need to be recognizable. So direct mail, we know that this works, like I said, in a long-term investment. You need to cut through the digital noise. You need to meet people where they're at. Some people are going to get your emails. Some people won't. They'll go into the spam or the junk, or they just won't open them because they get too many every single day. Some people are going to see you on social media with the algorithm. Others may not. Some people might get your postcard. And if you send them every month or every other month, they are going to finally see them and acknowledge that and know, like they're going to see your face on the back, and giving them something that is relevant to them, because we know that there's always, are you looking to buy or sell? We get that. Those are only work every so often. But if you have something that is informational, something that your past clients, whether they just bought a home or they might be looking to sell in the next 6 months, they're going to find something that is relevant in it, or at least for 80% of the people are going to find relevant. So we know that inventory is hot. That's one that we've used, but you just want to have a postcard or a direct mail piece for something. We always like postcards because they don't have to open it, and they're not going to think it's junk mail, and they're going to see it. Whether they see it for 2 seconds and throw it away, they're going to see it. They're going to relate it to you. And eventually they will call you because your face is on it, and they're going to remember you from that direct mail piece. Another one that I find huge and not enough people do are birthday cards. Birthday cards are huge. No one gets a birthday card in the mail anymore. Never. They just don't. Everyone reaches out on Facebook Messenger. Reaches out via text. That's great. But how many other texts are you getting on your birthday? How many other messages are you getting on your birthday? Something that, and I'm talking a handwritten note, even if it's one sentence, not one that you get from one of those online places. A handwritten note. I include a $5 Starbucks gift card because that's what I do. I love Starbucks and I always give it to every single one of my people. And they always, majority of people will text me, and that starts a conversation. Because no one gets a card with something of value in it. I mean, that's huge. And that is something that's so small and you can do when you have, 30 to 40 type or A clients. So do it to your A clients, the people that you know are going to refer you or use you, and even B clients if you can. Great investment. Same thing with the home anniversary cards, handwritten. Again, make a point to go through what you've sold last year and send them a home anniversary card. Huge, because it shows that you're remembering them. So as much as you can send out that's personal to your database and to your past clients, I mean, it's going to make an impact. So stick with it. Send out the birthday cards every year. Make sure that you are staying in touch with your clients with the direct mail, because it is effective. Popeyes. I love Popeyes. This was something that really took my business to the next level. And for, say, a lot of the other agents that we work with took their business to the next level when they first started. Even now, I still do that. I have to print some labels for my mail buys once we get off this call that I'm sending out for January, which are in the portal. They are wonderful, especially if you're in the Northeast or anywhere cold. But Popeyes are so great because they are so memorable for people, and you're essentially giving a gift to your A clients or your farm. And for the farm, it's great because they're going to, like I said, if they look at a postcard for 2 seconds, that's great. They're still going to see you. But with this, it's inevitable. They're going to look at it. They're going to remember that. If I'm giving hand warmers to all of my farm and I'm mailing them out because I don't have the time to pop by, but they're still going to get it. And it's something that they're going to see my face. It's going to say, the market's heating up. If you are interested in buying or selling in the spring, call me. When they think about buying or selling in the spring, they're probably going to at least think of me the next time as the neighborhood expert. And if I'm consistent with that, they're going to remember me. That's how I get a lot of leads from my local area. And I'm not even in a neighborhood. I'm in a borough. So like a little town. So I farm a quadrant in that town, like a couple square block radius, because I know that area and I can be the professional in that area. So this is great if you have other neighborhoods that have a really big turnover or high turnover, and you can go and leave a little something on their door. Same thing with clients. This is great for clients. In 2020, we sent out these really fun ornaments to all of our top clients. And it was huge because everyone posted on social media, and I'm able to share that story, and their friends are able to see all of the fun stuff that they're getting from me consistently. And they're like raving about me. So they're going to reach out to me. So this year alone, I've already had 5 people reach out on social media from different Popeyes, just knowing that they're getting in the market this year, that someone has mentioned my name because I've stayed in touch with them. A lot of people call me like Santa because I give them gifts all throughout the year. It's something that people don't expect from their realtor. They don't expect to have someone reach out and give them something after they've settled. Something, even if it's small or fun, it's just not something that they normally think of. And we're trying to change that. We are the professional that you should reach out to, whether it's because you need a HVAC professional, or you're thinking of putting in plants and you don't know which plants to put in, and you're wondering what if I have any recommendations. I don't, by the way, but that's something that they're going to reach out to me for, because they remember me, because I'm always there. I'm always letting them know that if you need anything, let me know. Newsletters. This is an easy one, super easy to do. You just got to do it. Again, make sure that it's relevant. Make sure that someone that is not in the market to buy or sell right now is going to find this information helpful. And a lot of things that people like to do is put in some local attractions that are happening that month, or homes that they've just sold, to show that they're continuously selling homes is really something that is great for people without having to spend money on just sold postcards. So monthly newsletters, easy. Again, if you can put your video in there, if you use most video services, or most email services, even like MailChimp, you can add a video in there. Yes, it gets redirected to YouTube, but at least when they come up and they see your face, I mean, that's powerful. So show your face. As much as you may hate it, it's something that people are going to remember because they see you. They worked with you for a reason, or they are going to work with you for a reason. Show your personality, let them know, like, be personable, let them know what it's like to work with you and that you are a real person and you're not just, a headshot, if you will. So newsletters are huge as well. Client events. We love client events and we really know that they work. Every single client event that I've ever been a part of and invited my clients to, I've gotten at least one referral. And they're usually listing referrals, which are nice and easy. But client events can be done even if you don't have, a huge team to work with. You can make, like, my first client event that I did myself wasn't even an event. It was before we did the Pick a Pie event with our team that we're on, I called every one of I think I had 20 clients my first year, called every single one of them, asked them what kind of pie they liked, what their favorite was, and then drove around to all of them and dropped off their pie. That wasn't even an event, but that was something that was powerful because they found that I cared about them and it wasn't, $700. We do things like summer sips, where we're having one actually next month where we are doing cocktails with a cause, where we've incorporated having like a charity, and also that we're going to be donating to and having people bring things for, while also giving out free cocktails. It's great if you sponsor or if you have your lender sponsor it with you and they can put their name on some of the marketing materials and join you and introduce themselves because they want business too, to your clients that might be looking to refinance or that might have a referral. They will usually chip in a couple $100 for that. Ask them, it's worth asking. And then you just have people, you have a 2-hour event, you run up a tab and then you pay for it and then you can expense that. So that is something that's just one of them. I mean, there are things that you can do that are even cheaper than that, where you can get sponsors and cover the entire cost, but that they're so powerful because people look forward to them. They get to see you get to talk to them, build your brand awareness. Show that you're giving them something that they can look forward to, even if it is like a happy hour, for instance. It's just a really good organic personal touch too when you're talking to them. So you can shoot them a text and say, hey, wanted to invite you to this. Also, how are you doing? That starts a conversation in itself. So these are something that everyone should be doing, even if it's once a year. Try and do one client event this year if you can. And just make it a point to reach out to all of your past clients and your sphere and database, because it should be for everybody, because those past clients and database, even if they may not become your client, they probably know someone who will. So your return on that is huge. And then social media, also huge. Like I said, you need to be very present on social media, more than just listed, just sold. If you're going to do a just listed or just sold, for the just sold, put a story behind the sold sign. Make sure that people can relate to that. Put something that people are going to see and they're going to say, wow, like, she did this for her clients. And it's something that a lot of people, like, I have people reach out to me all the time. Like, I had such a horrible experience with my realtor. I wish we would have used you or someone like you with what happened. But it makes you look like you actually care about your clients, because I do. I mean, that if you care about your clients, you're going to be in this business for a while, because people can see that. They can tell when you're someone that wants a relationship with someone. And that's what this is all about, building that long-term relationship with people and nurturing it. And you're going to build and snowball your business just from that. And our whole team of people, and the reason we started this, is a great proof source to that. You need to make sure that you are very, very branded, so that you have your face on your social as much as possible, even if it's your personal or just your business page. Having that about me or something that has your face on it once a month at least is something that you want to do, because people are going, those are going to get the most engagement because people see your face and they like it. I mean, Laura, this one down here, she does a great job of putting her face into some of our templates. It just is something that you want. It keeps you relevant. It keeps you on top of mind, basically. And social media is a really good way to gain leads. Make sure that you're not private and that you're public. And even if you are, like, I personally have a personal account that's combined with my business account. That works too. Do whatever works for you, but make sure that you're staying present on them. And then also make sure that you're standing out, because the way that people find you organically is through hashtags. And also when they're looking up like realtors in the area, believe it or not, a lot of people do look on Instagram. Facebook, I always say, is more of like your website. You need to be on Facebook, but you're not probably going to get a ton of interaction just because people don't use Facebook like they do with Instagram. But you still need to be there because they're still going to look you up and see that you are on it. For Instagram, you need to make sure that you have a name that is relevant, a profile picture of just you, because they're so small. You need to make sure that people can see who you are, and also that everyone has like 15 people with the same name. Have a call to action, have a link. We love link trees in our bios because you can add more than one link. You can add a link to your website. You can add a link to if you have another site that you can put, like, I don't know, a free buyer guide on that they can download. You want to have a bio that actually explains who you are and what you do, that's easy to read. And if you're like, put something in that's personal to you. I have something about dogs because my dogs are my life. And then have your contact information. Have your contact information in your bio. And even if it's not in your bio, in your link tree, so that people can contact you and reach out to you. Most people are going to reach out to you via Instagram, but you never know. Someone might email you or call you. The other thing is to be branded and consistent across all of your marketing materials. When you show up to a listing presentation or you show up to a first appointment with a buyer or a buyer consultation, you want to make sure that you look professional. You want to make sure that you have the materials that are going to be branded to what your brand is. The same color scheme, something that looks good, that's not printed off the internet. That's something that there's nothing worse than when you sit down with someone and you don't have a listing presentation or come with just the CMA that's printed off the MLS. You need to have something that actually has information in it that makes you stand out from the competition of the other people that they are interviewing with, because every listing, even if it's a referral, usually will have multiple interviews. So stay consistent on all of your mediums, like direct mail, everything, because people will piece them all together. And that's the other thing that really made us realize that we needed to start this company, because I was going to an RSP for mailers. So I was getting my farming mailers from one place. I was getting my newsletters from another place. I was getting my social from another place. And everything was so hectic and looked so horrible across the board. No one could tell what I was using. And my brand I didn't really have a brand. So that's when I started to make everything cohesive and look consistent across all mediums. That's really when you'll find that people recognize you more. So you need so much more. That we always say this, you need so much more than social media. Social media is great, but you're probably not the 1% that are going to get, 50 leads a year organically off of Instagram. It's just not feasible, unfortunately. But if you do all of these things systematically and make sure that you're consistent with it, and even when you are in a slump, invest in the marketing. 10% at least of your budget every month should be going to marketing. You're not going to be going on that roller coaster ride of leads and referrals. And you will, we always say, like, you have to, once you start ticking up, everything will come to you, and it really, really will. So this is really something, this is the way that we've all built our business, and it is clear that it works. So stay systematized and stay consistent, and I'm sure that you can do it. So I wanted to kind of open the floor if anyone has any questions. I'd love to answer them. If anyone has something that they have done in the past that works, that they can, you know, we always love to hear from people and find what they've done recently. Love to hear it for everyone else that might be kind of wondering what they can do. All right. Well, if you do, you know where to find us. We are info@blankmarketingagency.com. We would be happy to answer any questions at any point in time. And like I said, you can find all of our master classes on YouTube. We're going to be doing a top producer masterclass and kind of brainstorming session soon. So stay tuned for that. And we'd love to hear from you if you have any questions or recommendations. We always like to build our business and give people what they're looking for. So if there's anything that you're looking for, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll open up the chat real quick and make sure we're not missing anything. All right. Thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful afternoon.